In a nutshell, the latest expansion brought us Ultra Beast, Silvally, and a strong buff to Decidueye. These 3 new cards enhance the piercing archetype. Yeah, that's what I'm calling it. Dartrix 2.0 is a significant upgrade, especially when going first, as we can now evolve onto Rowlet without sacrificing our ability to set up Pierce the Pain. We also got a non-EX Decidueye, whose sniping arrow deals 70 damage to any opposing Pokemon on the field, giving us a perfect answer to our Choreo. And then there's Pheromosa, a basic version of Lopunny. Jump Blues will split 40 damage across 2 different targets, making her Decidueye's ideal teammate. There's no doubt about it. The Sun and Moon starters have earned their spot as powerful meta contenders, except for Primarina. What does the new Decidueye look like? You can't run, and you can't hide either. Today's deck combines Decidueye with Pheromosa for the ultimate chip and pierce tactic. The game plan is simple. We ideally lead off with Pheromosa and immediately spread out damage. We then evolve into Decidueye and Pierce the Pain, aiming to score a kill on an EX target to then hunt down their weakest link to win the game. Most of our deck is pretty standard. We run a full set of Verica and Leaf Cape because that's what grass decks do. Things do get spicy though, as we also play a full set of Mars. The reason is Pheromosa. Oftentimes, players will want to keep their basics in hand to deny us maximum Jump Blues value early, so we Mars them, slowing down their draws and therefore giving us more time to bring down their biggest threats before they actually become a problem. We're gonna be playing some ranked with Decidueye today. After Pheromosa chips away, our enemies become prey for Decidueye to slay. Click on the link in the description down below to head over to tactor.com, where you'll find all of my decks, and you can share yours. What Pokemon should I pick on next? You decide. Trust me. Leave a comment down below, and we'll see what we can do. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We post Pokemon Pocket decks here daily. I know I took 3 days off, but normally we do this. Have a solid day. Enjoy the games. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, here we go. Let's bring in the owl. We got a Pheromosa lead, alongside Rowlet as well, and another one. The problem is we're gonna overdraw basics here, so our Pokeball is already dead, essentially. But Pheromosa is also one of the reasons why we play double Mars. Because we're threatening to hit the bench on our very first attack, they may be compelled to keep Pokemon in hand, but or just, you know, they just don't care. They put a Poison Barb on the Darkrai in the back. That is interesting. We gotta thin out our deck from the last basic at least. Now we just gotta worry about a dead Pokeball. But all else works here. We do drop double Rowlet. And we smack him. For some reason, they have to go for the Poison Barb in the back. I understand that, you know, evolving into Naganadel allows them to poison the Pokemon in the front. But they do miss out on the KO because of this. They Mars us, which is to be expected. But it also shuffles our basic back into our deck, so if we draw into a Pokeball, we actually, like, can make use of it. It's not the end of the world. We got the rare candy instead of the Dartrix. Maybe going for the Erica here. It does lead, I mean, it does lead to us dying anyway, so going for the Erica just seems kind of pointless, except for the Darkrai. The Darkrai allows them to power through, so I feel like I do have to Erica here. I could pivot into the Rowlet instead, but now from this point onwards, like, nothing is really stopping them from running through my Pheromosa, so I'm just going to connect here. I'm going to hope that I can find the avoid Decidueye. I'm gonna hope quite a bit for it. Like, Decidueye is all we need. They go for the second Poison Barb. And we send Bird. If we cannot find bird, we're dead. There's not much else about it. Like, we just cannot, like... Like, we have to find this. I gotta believe. That I won't brick here, but I mean, I have a professor's research. I could. Ugh! I doubted that for a second. Okay. And we Mars. I almost lost hope. I was this close. But we go for the Mars here, and we pierce the pain, ladies and gentlemen. Getting rid of the Darkrai and just needing one more point to win the game. Completing the Decidueye is checkmate. There were like a lot of potential draws there. That's the thing. Like, I could have drawn into another Erica, another Mars. Like, oh my god, there were so many draws. Yeah, I'm just too thick. And you can't run from me. That's the greatness of the Decidueye. Like, once he's online, like, and you've dealt the damage, you just cannot run from him. It's over. Easy. Never, ever doubted. Round 2. Grass on grass, huh? We're going second, though. We got Formosa. With the Mars to punish them keeping stuff in their hand. As they may want to preserve. That's kind of weird. Like, when you're going first, you should never do that. You should never drop your Pokemon beforehand going first. That's a big mistake. Because you don't offer yourself, like, there's no reason why you can't. You can drop your first Pokemon if you're going first, and then once you see your opponent's deployment, you can choose which Pokemon to play. Maybe your play ends up being the exact same. But you restrict your options by doing this. Like, there's actually no reason, no legitimate reason to drop your mons beforehand. We got the energy here. We got to be careful of a Mars that they may send us our way here. So I'm going to go for the Leaf Cape because it will allow me to survive 2 hits from Kartana. While I find my pieces, I'm going to go for the Jump Blues. I just realized all their attacks are like music. Thrash Metal, Jump Blues, Tyrannical Hole. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's like some hardcore metal stuff. But there's a pattern here with the Ultra Beasts. They're musical creatures. And I'm getting thrashed. And there's the red card. You know, we're not shocked to see it. We end up with arguably a better hand, even as long as we don't draw a Rowlet. Like, I need to draw anything that's not a Rowlet here, and we're good. Okay. Because we do some serious deck thinning now. I don't need to heal quite yet. I can just keep going for the blues. Spreading out the damage. I could have Marsed them when they had 4 cards in hand, but I kind of wanted to disrupt a little bit more than that. Especially because they hadn't shown an evolution themselves yet. Though they're probably just Celesteela with Buzzwole, but they just did not develop as much. And I thought, you know, when it's only 1 card that you're taking from them, a lot of times you improve their hand by doing so. Like, it's not as devastating as it seems. We're getting thrashed again. This may be the time to Erica. I need to spread my energy on both Rowlets, keeping my options open. As I unfortunately don't have a way to deal better damage than this. I gotta keep, what do I gotta keep doing here? I gotta threaten the Buzzwole at this point. I gotta rack damage on that thing. But the Erica is important so that the Buzzwole can't just come in and punch me for the kill. Okay, so we have to factor in like healing. With Erica, they can get back up to like, I don't technically need more damage on this Buzzwole. I technically don't need more damage on this thing. I need to be able to evolve. Double Mars, but they don't really have a built-up hand here. I could just pivot both of them because I don't want to give them the free kill. So I just pivot these two around. And at this point, like, I already have the damage that I need on the Buzzwole, so I may as well target the... Basically, I'm leaving both of these at range. So there's a low chance that they can... Okay, they do have the Cyrus. I can start going for Mars. I still haven't found my rare candy. But it should be a matter of time unless I break massively. I have one Professor's Research, two... Yeah, most of my cards lead to an evolution here. I just need to slow them down. So this turn I am going to Mars them. If I remove their pivots... then the Buzzwole can't just like... They can still pivot with Celesteela, but they need the free pivoters in order to... So they need Celesteela and another basic now to be able to pivot with this thing properly. And I can always just... Okay, so they have Lusamine, so they can just swap with one into the other. I need Decidueye. At this point, like, there's just no way around it. Like, I need this thing. I need to not break here. It's like a movie. At the very last second, don't Sabrina me. I swear to God, don't you dare Sabrina me. I kind of... They haven't played a single Professor. Nah, it's fine, it's fine. They don't have it. We're gonna Pierce the Pain. And put Buzzwole at range, even if they have Erica. I knock him out. That's why I did not attack it any further. There's the Erica, but it's not enough. Unless you have like a random potion out of your ass. No, you don't. That's why once we hit that thing once, we just diverted our attention and just made sure we took out the cheap pivoters. Right? Like their Pheromosa and their Kartana could retrieve for 1 energy, so with a Celesteela, I can easily just swap around. So I dealt with those. Having that thing 150 is all I needed, because 200 hits, they can't Lily a basic. So that was the way, and they're not really gonna want to, like, a good play would be to Erica the Buzzwole beforehand to put it, you know, to make sure that I can't Pierce the Pain it. But you gotta see that a little bit. You gotta think a little bit ahead to do that. Very neat. What do we got now? Going first against Grass once more. We have a Rowlet lead, Pokeball into Pheromosa. And some HP enhancement. It's just the same exact matchup. Okay. Oh, there's a skill dive. I do like seeing that. For now, let's not reveal more. A Mars top deck, if they choose to like not put anything on the board, this is a Mars top deck would be insane here. It would undo so much. But there's a Decidueye instead, which we can naturally like curve into. So I am gonna just evolve into you. I am going to Erica. Because I don't trust, if I play Leaf Cave, they can just Guzma. And I'm gonna hit them with Dartrix. Because if they have a Leaf Cape of their own, I can still pierce the pain to knock them out. Otherwise, they could survive my Razor Leaf that way. So, while it may not seem like it's the case, damaging this Kartana is everything. What? Yeah, see, like, now with the Leaf Cape, I knock him out anyways. Is that, what is your hand? Yeah, they're healing it, yeah. Omega lol. Okay, that's kind of a break happening there. Oh, I mean, they definitely have like a Guzma in hand. But it's just silly to like not just do this. Let's not overthink it. Let's go for the Razor Leaf. They have managed to survive. Clearly drew a lot of trainers and tools. They're bound to draw into a Pokemon here. Or what? How did that happen? What do we got now? A little bit of steel, I see. Pretty solid hand. We got the Rowlet. We could just lead off with the Rowlet onto the Decidueye. But I like Pheromosa just spreading out. Yeah, and the good thing is Magikarp does not affect us. We don't have an ability. Neither does Decidueye, so we're not vulnerable to the Silver Cannon. But leading off with Pheromosa allows us to spread out damage all over their bench. If they keep their cards in hand, we Mars them. It's obviously Solgaleo. We're going second though, so we can afford to put energy onto Pheromosa and then build up the Rowlet in the back. Anything else that we drop, that we can drop, we do so that we don't open ourselves up to a, oh my god, this Mars. Oh god, this Mars. I'm not talking about my Mars, I'm talking about my opponent's Mars. I am terrified of it. It's Solgaleo with Shiinotic, which is the most popular version now, and they also play Megarna too. Probably to deal with stuff like Oricorio. We have this Decidueye, but at this point, we'd rather resort to the power, because Pheromosa is going to enable it anyways. I see 4 cards in hand. I'm going to Mars. I want to do everything I can to deny their ability to evolve next turn. I don't really care about this thing. If they evolve into this, yeah, I'm gonna keep spreading my energy. Or my damage towards, you know, the Cosmog with the energy on it. Prepare myself for the worst case scenario. They play the Shiinotic there, which allows them to draw more pieces. But the question is, do they have the rare candy? Okay, those are some pretty, like, I feel like I just made their hand better. Classic Mars. Classic Mars, ladies and gentlemen. But the Megarna is already damaged. Pheromosa has spread damage across 2 different sources. And that's what we needed. They've already played Professor's Research, so they cannot Sabrina me here. And we're going in. We are going in, prioritizing the Solgaleo over anything. There's another rare candy there. We're gonna go for the Leaf Cape. And Pierce the Pain. And just really hope they don't like immediately find another Solgaleo to blast us with. The Erica will put ourselves outside of range unless they Rocky Helmet. It seems like they are gonna find it. Shiinotic really putting in the work here. But the good news for us is we have Erica. And Erica happens to put us just exactly outside of range from a second Solgaleo. As we can pierce the pain again. Still force him to have the Solgaleo, though at this point, I mean, they could just be drawing the other pieces for the Shiinotic as well. Oh god, they're sending it to the front. And, you know, hopefully, like, no random red. Because the second Solgaleo is coming through here. It's another Pokemon drawn there. We survive. So far, we survive. We barely live. And we're just aiming to snipe down the bench here. We cannot handle back-to-back Solgaleos. Our deck is not about heavy hitter. Oh, yeah, that's Sabrina's fine. You only got 1 point on me, bruh. That is completely fine. What matters is that Majoran in the back. Oh, you're done. Easy. Did not break a sweat. Was not nervous at all. Got him. I can see why that deck is really popular, though. Like, Shiinotic just... Solgaleo... You just need to find the pieces for Solgaleo. Like, Solgaleo is perhaps still, like, the most... In a vacuum, like, it's a stage 2 evolution that just doesn't need much to just get going. It doesn't really care about your board state because it can retreat anything in the front to come in. It has a lot of HP and it hits enough to just essentially 2-hit KO everything. So... Shiinotic, when I thought about Shiinotic, I thought about potential combinations with like Greninja and other Pokemons that really you want to find the pieces quickly and you get a big advantage. But Solgaleo is just a very naturally good partner for it, especially because of the fact that it can retreat Shiinotic for free, despite it having a retreat cost of 2. And I'm happy that that's the evolution of the deck because honestly, the Skarmory version was quite boring in my opinion, as it didn't really play off Solgaleo's strengths that much. Skarmory's is good, but the Shiinotic deck is definitely an upgrade, and yeah, I think I'm gonna be seeing a lot of it in ranked. Let's go for another one. Okay, going first this time. I guess fire. We're never happy to see fire. It could mean Charizard EX. It could mean Incineroar. It could mean Silvally with Blacephalon. And we got double Pokeball. We also have Mars here, but I'm not really crazy about going to turn 1. I would have liked that to be another Rowlet, to be honest. But I'm going to drop both of them anyways. And I'm gonna hold on to the Mars. Because this is not necessarily a stage 2 deck. Like, it's not playing the likes of Rampardos, right? They just play Silvally with Blacephalon. And Charizard EX, I assume. Oh, whoa. Okay, that threw me off. Are you gonna just discard an energy from this? Interesting. We have an Erica to counter this kind of play. That's very aggressive. Very aggressive indeed, and I see no reason not to do this. That's an aggressive response if I've ever seen one, but I can start spreading out damage. Well, I prepared the Decidueye in the back. I am gonna put the energy on Pheromosa though. Like, this damage is very valuable. The more energy they invest onto this Charmander going for Ember, the more momentum they overall lose. And I have just enough HP to not succumb to even like a Giovanni boost. So volley in the back. Don't quite have the opening for Mars yet. They just keep going for the Ember. This Leaf Cape does not put us outside of range, and I'm okay with letting this go. I'm gonna place the Leaf Cape onto Dartrix because placing it on these Pheromosas doesn't really amount to much. And I'm gonna jump blues again. Basically forces them to invest the energy on the Charmander once more to Ember. Which just means a big momentum loss. As they go for a Pokemon Center Lady. Wasn't expecting that. I'm gonna send Dartrix to the front because all I need is the Decidueye. Any variant of it will do. Like this one, for example, works. We still have the rare candy for another one later down the line, but now this is really useful. Because if they want to keep attacking me with the Charmanders, they need to keep investing energy. I don't need to attack the Soul Valley until I've... They played one Pokemon Center Lady. What are the odds that they play another one, right? I think just sniping this one in the back. Taking away their Charizard, essentially. First, dealing with the healthier Charmander. And punishing them for this, like, Ember onslaught. And then once they build up their hand to a respectable level, I can Mars. Like, I'm being very patient with the Mars. I'm trying to find the good opening with it here. I dropped them down to 2 cards. Are they gonna keep doing this? This is wild. That is crazy. I think now may be a good time to Mars them. If I can strip them 1 card, like I can slow them down. And then I can just focus on getting rid of the last Charmander. Like if I get rid of the last Charmander, any sort of draw that is Charizard, rare candy, any of that is just completely nullified. It's better to get rid of both of those. Since this Soul Valley is already at range, they can potentially heal it. But at this point, they just can't really come back from it. This was an interesting approach. They saw grass and they just saw blood and they just started going for Ember and Ember and Ember. I'm playing ranked, by the way. Like, this is... Yeah, it was an interesting strategy. I mean, they just basically had no momentum ever. And they want to rush through the Pheromosa. Like, the Erica was very clutch, though, because if the Pheromosa... Like, that strategy could have worked if I had no response in healing. Because they could have just run over through my Pheromosa really fast, and I still haven't had quite the time to build up the Decidueye in the back. But really showcasing the regular Decidueye just doing things. Which I like. I like the ability to select between the two. You know, send in this guy and deal with like non-EX basics for the most part. Shutting down evolutions. But it's just definitely not... Like, that was a very bizarre game, to be honest. Like, I don't really know what more to say about it. It was just like they just started embering and they went for that for like 5 turns in a row and they had no energy by the end. So, yeah, like, don't do that. Okay. Darkness. Let's go with the Pheromosa lead. Not drop anything down yet. Because we're going first, scout what we're facing. It seems to be Guzzlord, who we can start pinging from the get-go. Now we do a develop. We're gonna go with double Rowlet. Keep the other Pheromosa in hand. Let's see if they have a Poison Barb. They do. That's an interesting Sabrina. Maybe I could have played the firm. I didn't expect that, to be honest. That seems kind of like wicked premature. I'm gonna skill dive the Guzzlord. They may try to pivot in and go for the attack here. We're gonna go for a research. I'm gonna let this go. And now I'm gonna send in Furimosa, targeting the Nihilego there. Going for another research here, trying to find my pieces. There it is. This Pokeball is dead, but I'm gonna play it anyways. So I don't die to a Mars, I'm gonna evolve preemptively. Equip a giant cape here. Hold on to the other one there. About that was my mic. If I saw as much touch this cable, it's just like done. They red card us. And we draw like absolute filth. But we've lined up everything. We know the Guzzlord is 120 HP. We know we knock it out. I could have played around the red card by dropping that other cape, but I wanted to be a little bit methodical with it. I'm gonna play this Pokeball again, even though it leads to nothing. And I'm gonna pierce them. Oh baby, I'm gonna pierce them. I got way too much HP. And they need a way to heal that Nihilego in the back. But they go for the Lusamine instead. And even if they Moombahton, like that's just amounting to nothing. And they fail. Omega lol. Some pretty aggressive plays here. And a pretty aggressive way to die. Get pierced. Final boss. Which is appropriate because it's fire. We're going first against fire. God help us. Oh my, oh dear God. We have to make really good use of this Mars. We're gonna go for the research first because now 2 out of 3 times we pick up Rowlet. And this can allow us to find other key cards. A Pokeball to help us thin some more. And your boy Dartrix. And sure, we'll develop double. Not drop the Leaf Cape yet, because we have to see what they're going for. Like, we may have to resort to it onto Pheromosa here. Let's see if they keep cards in hand. They go for another Pokeball. drop the Charmander and combust. This is the critical moment where a Mars can really make a difference in slowing them down. I'm gonna attack both Charmanders. If I can deny an entire evolution line, I will do that. I put the Giant Cape, even though a Charmeleon is what I'm most worried about here, but it's a risk I'm willing to take because most of the time, like, that's just a one-off. They found the Torracat, and they found the Charmeleon, but they placed it in the back. Why? You had the attack there. That's strange. That is definitely strange. I'm gonna put this here. Spread out my damage across both threats. As they Guzma. And we bring in Furimosa. And now it's all about the Decidueye EX. I don't think it ultimately does. That Iono is helpful for us because my hand is garbage. My hand is less garbage. Already less garbage. And if they kill this Furimosa, this Mars could be everything. Oh yeah, this Mars is everything. This Mars is absolutely everything, ladies and gentlemen. Because now they got 2 points on us. We strip them of their hand. We do not play this other Rowlet because we don't want to die to Sabrina. Let's get it. At this point, an Incineroar top deck is more threatening because they could just hit us immediately like that, and we haven't dealt enough damage to put him at range. With a Charmeleon, we're still vulnerable to a Charizard top deck, but hopefully the Mars prevented that. Die! It did. Get sniped. Even the fire deck defeated. We had an insane run in rank today. God damn, that was good. Decidueye feels really good. Honestly, like, I like the flexibility. I like having the one-off of the regular one. The new Dartrix is a massive improvement, and Furimosa is just crazy, right? It's doing so much. It's basically like, it's a slightly less beefy version of Lopunny, and it's a basic Pokemon. Like, it's power creep incarnate. It really makes the deck flow very, very well. Double Mars, I argue, for ladder is very good, especially alongside Furimosa, because our opponents will see the Furimosa and they'll want to keep the basics in hand initially, so they don't give us free damage, right? And that can allow us to attack their hand. With Double Mars, that can allow us to consistently snipe their hand and disrupt their combos and get some really, really nice card advantage going on. And yeah, that's Decidueye right now. Definitely a deck that I recommend for ranked. It just got all the buffs from the expansion, really. Like the new stage 1 evolution, a new basic to go along with. It's just everything fell in line for it. And it feels really nice. And I enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Have a soul day. Thank you for watching. I said that twice. I haven't recorded like a couple of days and it's already showing. I'm rusty. Sorry for the absence. You know, like I said, my editor has come all the way here. And now, like, making videos will be more efficient, actually. So, yeah, love you. Have a soul day. Thank you for the support. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.